with the overall, we'll be going through every team as quick, or not really as quickly as possible, but we will be doing it so that way we can get into trading. Trading starts at 10 p.m. So, yeah, let me send the link in the group chat quick. You feel? You feels me? You feels these. Share, we can copy the link here. And yo, shut up, Nair. Holy shit. Nair, I'll block you from my fucking channel if you stop being if you don't fucking be annoying. Holy shit, stop. So we can jump into it. I'm gonna jump into it at 1:30 so that way I can do the timestamps good. So we'll jump into it here. We'll start off with the Orioles at 1:30. We will officially begin the Baltimore Orioles. So this team, the Baltimore Orioles, just flat out suck. They don't really have any pitching prospects besides Hunter Harvey and Grayson Rodriguez is the main one. Pitching, their relief pitching is not good. Their closing pitching is definitely good. Not that good. They basically have no future on this team. They're going to be teams to trade with due to them having absolutely no assets outside of Jonathan Villar. You could get something for Adams maybe, and Michael Givens, etc. So now we move on to the Boston Red Sox, where could potentially be one of the best rotations in baseball with Sale and Price, but as we all know, really pitching depth or prospects. One of the it's an okay, better than most, especially with Craig Kimbrell as the closer. Catching doesn't even, though Christian Vasquez does actually really play well. More than Steve Pierce, a good duo as well as Pedroia and Devers is going to progress as well. Travis, you can maybe even ship him off for a trade. Xander Bogaerts is a good piece. Same thing with Martinez and Benintendi. Jackie Bradley Jr. is pretty good as well. And then Mookie Betts. And then I am the Yankees. Yankees have one of the best rotations in baseball. I actually do want to make some changes quick. First thing I'm going to do is make Sonny Gray a starting pitcher. In game, I meant to not send down him. I want to call up Tommy Canley now. And I went to send down. As you see about there. Just that way, don't forget, and I can get my actual overall. So, Severino, Happ, Tanaka is a pretty good duo, as well as Gray and Lynn. And Montgomery still could progress. Pretty good pitching prospects as well. Super bullpen is what it is. Actually, so let me do this. There we go. So, here's the overalls. Here's my overalls. There we go. One of the best bullpens in all of baseball. Wise Chapman's one of the best closers. Gary. Here's. There we go. He progressed as well as Gleyber Torres fucking kills it. And yeah, one of the best farm systems in all of baseball. Still have fucking Jacoby Ellsbury, which is So we go into the Rays. Honestly, their farm system is really underrated. I'd give them probably a top 5 farm system when it comes to starting pitching. Relief pitching is closing pitching is same thing with that. Then hitting wise, they absolutely no hitting outside of Jake Cron as well as Person and Wendell, Matt, and I mean Willie Adames is going to progress. Smith should progress as well as Austin Meadows. They do have in baseball in a couple of years. The Toronto Blue Jays wise, honestly, when I was doing the prospects for this team, like switching around their overalls for the top 100, I saw a couple of their starting pitchers. It's not actually that bad of a team. Because you can definitely flip some guys like Ken Giles, who's okay closer. You definitely have some future catching there. Same thing. You would have future in literally every position, especially with Vladdy 99 potential. So you definitely have a future at Bo Bichetti 98 potential. You definitely have a future with this team. And actually, I'm surprised about how underrated that team is. Anyway, it's the Chicago White Sox. Once again, a pretty good farm system, but I don't they're as top as like a team like the Rays or the Padres. As we'll get into the Padres obviously later on in the overall video. Although they're kind of like underrated, they definitely do have some good hitting outside of the third baseman and outfield. Besides, I've Sail Garcia, obviously, they definitely do have a good farm system when it comes to that. Cleveland Indians, this team is going to be able to away, but if you are the Indians, you have to contend right away. Otherwise, you're gonna suck because you have a farm system, basically. I mean, trade away Mahaya, who is potentially one of the best catching prospects and is one of the best catching prospects. Although luckily, though, you do have a lineup that can definitely help out a starter that's already pretty good. So yeah, heading over to Detroit-wise, this is a team who obviously is accepting a rebuild. Still, they are a pretty good team. Okay, farm system, not the best, but they should be able to contend within 5 years. If it was this KTL, it was likely past 5 years. A good second baseman though, so you could use an upgrade at second base. I think as outfield, you have top prospect in Victor Reyes. Kansas City Rise. This is a team I was stuck with last KTL. I thought it was going to be a fun KTL. Royals are one of the fucking worst teams. No farm system, no pen, no pitching at all. Salvador Perez is literally your only asset to trade away, as well as Whit Merrifield and maybe Mondesi, but you probably want to keep him. So if you do end up being the Royals, or if you are the Royals, because I forgot that we already picked teams, you're going to have to trade away your assets for as much as possible. Anyway, getting into the Minnesota Twins now. Jose Barrios, pitcher of the future. Definitely have to build around him. Luckily, you do have a good pitching core for him. Relief pitching is definitely could use some upgrade. Closing pitching is good. Catching needs work. You definitely need a first base upgrade, but you should have that in a couple of years. Logan Forsythe's an okay player, same thing. Overall, probably a worse team than I did expect in the Minnesota Twins. But you do have Jose Barrios who can build around and potentially get assets for him. Angels, we all know about the star player on the Angels. We'll get to him in a minute. Overall, the pitching is actually prospect. Pitching's better than I thought, and like starter-wise, you do need a number 4 and number 5. So, same thing. You definitely need relief pitching. Whoever tells Blake Park. Doable closer. You do need a catcher, although you do have some future there. Definitely need a first the future. Actually, you do have Matt Dias. That's another story. David Fletcher is a good option at third base. Same thing as Zach Kozar. I mean, second base. Zach Kozar at third base is good. Anderson Simmons, one of the best shortstop in the game. Justin Upton, a hard hitter, obviously the best outfielder in the game, and Mike Trout, as well as Tom Dell. They also do have Shohei Ohtani. You can even play at future. So whoever's on Ohtani at starting here, just let me know. Athletics-wise, you have Sean Manaea, Trevor Cahill. This is honestly probably one of the most underrated teams, based overall-wise, compared to how they actually played. Pretty good prospect-wise. Oh, actually a pretty solid pen, honestly, compared to their pitching. Closer-wise, Blake Treinen, best in the game. Jonathan Lucroy, pretty good pitcher there. Matt Olson, powerful hitter. Jed Lowry, good hitting second base. Same thing with Matt Chapman at third base. Semien, okay, a doable shortstop. Probably want to get an upgrade there, though. Left field, Chris Davis, one of the most powerful in the game. Scotty, who's an okay hitter, and Romano, the top prospect rookie. Heading now over to Seattle, where their pitching is probably better than I did expect. Although you probably do want to get more prospects. Honestly, if I am the Mariners, or if I were to be the Mariners, I'd probably enter a rebuild with them. They need a turnaround. Although, and you do have a good closer in Edwin Diaz. Mason Nino's a doable catcher. Ryan Healy at first base. Cano could honestly be a trade away asset. Same thing with Same thing as Juan Segura, who is one of the best hitting shortstops the game. He's not going to get many home runs, but he will get you a lot of hits. Denard Van's another guy who could be good, as well as Gordon, who once again is one of the best guys at getting on base. He can also be played at shortstop, second base, and in outfield. Nelson Cruz, one of the most powerful hitters in the game. Then we also do have Mitch Haniger. You can even start at left field. Heading over to the minor, which is pretty sad. They have absolutely no farm system, no starting pitching. Actually, they Cole win. Relief pitching wise, absolutely none outside of Alex Claudio. I mean, Bartolo, he is the go, and I mean, you do have Jose Leclerc. Carinos at catcher is a pretty good option because you definitely need a first base. Pretty good option at third base. I mean, second base. Belter at third base, pretty good, as well as Andrews at shortstop. We didn't get up to the Rockies yet, Jimmy. Holy shit. Joey Gallo at left field. Shields at center field, and then Chu at right field. This is definitely a team who you need to rebuild with. And for the Astros, obviously are going to be contending. Justin Verlander probably only has about 2 to 3 years left in him, but will have a pretty good farm system with Houston. A top prospect there in Josh James, pretty good bullpen. Obviously is going to contend right away. A young closer in Roberto was okay catcher, probably need an upgrade there, as well as first base. Best base in the game, and Jose Altuve is third base in the game potentially, and Alex Bregman with a good prospect, J.D. Davis, Alex Correa, pretty good shortstop there, Marwin Gonzalez there, George Springer at center field, Josh Riddick at right field, followed by Kyle Tucker in like 2 years. Braves, obviously we all know about the Braves, probably the best farm system in the game, as well as an up-and-coming team. Do need a pen though if you do want to contend with the Braves right away, which you can easily do. Definitely a catcher as well. You could probably trade away Freddie Freeman to honestly get a big haul. KTL. So there are the Braves. Definitely could contend right away as we head over to Miami, which is one of the worst teams in baseball. Although they actually do have better farm than I did expect. Terrible, terrible all around. I don't even know why anyone would want this team outside of Real Muto and maybe Starlin Castro. Brian Anderson is actually a pretty good asset. If anyone picks the Marlins, they are not in a sound state of mind. Nationals, pretty good rotation. Scherzer, Strasburg could potentially be best duo. Outside Syndergaard and DeGrom, relief-wise, not all that strong relief pitching wise, although they do actually have a pretty good farm system when it comes to relief pitcher. Feel it all closer is a pretty good option. Do need a catcher upgrade. Could use another first base, same thing as second base, especially if you're ready to contend right away. Rendon's a great piece, as well as Trey Turner. You have a good prospect, Carter Kaboom, who Taylor, a good outfield duo was Eaton and Bryce Harper. So yeah, Bryce Harper rapes against righties. Heading over to the New York Mets, Jacob DeGrom and Noah Syndergaard, as well as Zach Wheeler, Steven Matz. Probably the best pitching duo in all of baseball. We all know the Mets don't really have a good farm system. The bullpen is okay for the Mets, not the best. Definitely could use upgrades. J. Salmon is your closer. That's pretty sad. De'Arn's actually better than I expected. Wilmer Flores, not really doable. Making out second base is pretty good. Frazier, Rosario, Cespedes. Luckily, injuries are also set to be good. And yeah, nothing much really with the Mets there. Phillies wise, Arrieta and Nola is actually a pretty solid duo, but outside that, don't really have much. I mean, Velasco okay. And a doable pen. Definitely have some depth pen wise if one doesn't do good, especially with Dominguez as a young closer there. I know my mic's terrible, but it is what it is. Santana and Bohr are a good first base duo. Third base wise, Cabrera is pretty good. Shortstop wise, yeah. Hoskins you got there. Yeah. It's an okay team if you're the Phillies. Cubs do have a pretty rotation. Could use a 4 and a 5 upgrade. Get them in the 80s. Oh shit. relief pitching wise is actually pretty good outside of a number 5 and number 6/7. Just as a pretty good closer. Contreras there, Rizzo there. Definitely one of the best hitting teams in baseball. Their lineup could honestly carry them to potentially an NLCS. Reds wise, you got a rebuild team who does actually have a pretty okay farm system when it comes to pitching. Terrible bullpen, future in bullpen. What teams really have a future in bullpen? Although they do actually have a really good closer, Marcelo Iglesias, if he can keep his ERA down. Barnhart's a okay catcher. Joey Votto, we all know about Votto, one of the best first basemen in the game. Hitting wise, Pizarro's okay. Their hitting is actually better than I did expect, but like I said, it's the Indians. They do need an upgrade. Milwaukee wise, needs a number 4, needs a number 5. Like Evan said, he's going to focus on the rotation. I remember Evan said that earlier. Use some bullpen help. Soria, Jeffries, Hayden, Knebel, whatever the fuck his name is. Catching wise, could use an upgrade as a catcher if he's contending right away. You do have good Scope and Perez. It's a good option at first base. You have the young as well, or Orlando Arcia, which is obviously one of the best hitters in all of baseball. Lorenzo Cain, a great leadoff man. And you have some trouble when it comes to outfield, but you should be able to fix that with a couple of trades. Pirates is Archer and Talion as well as Williams. Prospect wise, they're okay at depth when it comes to starting pitching. What else is there? Really, Felipe Velasquez actually pretty good, as well as Francisco Cervelli. Bell's alright. J-Ho's a great leadoff man. Their hitting's okay. It's not the best, but like do push for the NL Central. But personally wouldn't. Cardinals wise, you got Flaherty, Malakis, and Waka is a pretty good trio, but obviously not the best. Not the best pen as well, although it is an okay and kind of young pen. I mean, Bowman and Hicks. Martinez, closer, obviously. Needs a future catcher, actually. Of course, Yurko and Adams, Wong. Overall, the hitting's actually pretty okay. Could potentially push for the NL Central, considering it is a little bit weak. And yeah, so then we head to probably the toughest division in all of baseball, the NL West. The Diamondbacks now have actually a really good rotation, it seems like, with pretty good pitching for the future as well. Archie Bradley, obviously one of the best relief pitchers in the game if he keeps his ERA down. Needs an upgrade as closer. You can maybe even play Bradley at closer. Could use a catcher upgrade if ready to contend right away. Luckily, though, if you do want to contend, you can probably get a huge haul for Paul Goldschmidt. Same thing with Kendall Marte. Eduardo Escobar there as well as Jake Lamb's actually really low. Damn. Nick Ahmed there. David Peralta, obviously the fucking GOAT. John Jay, 3-hole. 33 career home runs, 287 RBIs. John Jay. Everybody. Pollock there. And yeah, so overall an okay team. Rockies. Hang on. Holy fucking shit. People piss me off. Anyway, here's the Rockies. Needs pen upgrade, needs rotation upgrade, if they are ready. And they're definitely ready to contend. Could use a catcher, same thing as first base. One of the best third base in Nolan Arenado's. I have to itch my ear. And yeah, although the NL West honestly probably will go to this team. Los Angeles Dodgers. Best pitcher in the game, Clayton Kershaw. Sick career stats. Fucking ass wipes. Sick career stats. Anyway, yeah, here's the Dodgers. Could use some bullpen help, especially with Kenley Jansen. If he plays like he did in the World Series, he's gonna have like a fucking 70 ERA this year. And overall, the hitting is okay. You got a great deal on Machado and Seager. You can probably play Machado somewhere. Actually, can Seager? Yeah, you can play Seager at second base. Um, so that's pretty good as the Dodgers. Now, the best farm in all of baseball. Just look at these pitching prospects. Definitely Penn needs help. They have one of the best starting pitching prospect, or farm system, I should say. Padres should be a team on the come up in the next like 2 to 3 years for KTL wise, and this should be fun watching that team grow. Starting pitching wise, obviously Bumgarner, Cueto, and Rodriguez actually a pretty solid duo. They have an okay pen system. I mean, they have an okay they have an okay farm system for the rotation. They do have Ray Black there at their relief pitching, not much outside of him. Will Smith's a pretty good closer, despite he's going to regress. Buster Posey, pretty good A-pot there. Pretty good A-pot, and Buster Posey should stay. Joey Bart is what I meant to say anyway. Brandon Belton, okay first base. Joe Panik's a really underrated hitter. Evan Longoria, Brandon Crawford. Outfield is where they need help the most. So, I don't want to end the sim here. I mean, I don't want to. I just want. Here's just a quick look of the power rankings. The best team in all of baseball is the Dodgers. And then we might as well just look at top prospects. Torres, Soto. Here is all of the top prospects just because why not? There we go. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next episode.